Hi guys, I just came from renewing my resident card here in Oman. I'm talking about renewal of resident card. So the first thing you will do, I applied through the website www.rop.gov.om. So that one, you will search for the visa tab and renewal of visa. So from there, you would prompt to have the details of your passport and your previous resident ID card number. So from that point, you will need to update that one, and they will give you a web reference number from which that one will be printed. Actually, that time I paid 20 riyals through the online, but according to other staff, no need to pay because since I'm working in the government here, so no need to pay. But I still paid through my card through online through that site. So I printed that one because I was wondering why the status when I enter it's incomplete without the payment. That's why to make sure I paid through the website, and eventually it updated to complete. So and now that printed document web application in the portal of ROP, you need to bring it to your PRO in your visa section in your hospital, in your company. So I gave that paper. So together with that paper is 2 pieces of passport size with blue background, and also a copy of your resident card. So that's it. So you need to provide everything to that visa section. Then you have to wait for 1 week at least to process that one. So they will renew your visa. So today, after a week of applying, it was last Thursday, I went to the visa section and eventually got my renewed visa. It's expiry is valid for 2 years again. So I need to go to ROP, from which I will apply for the resident card, labor card. And from that, actually I was applying before, it was in the SIB area near the airport. But now I went to the new one, to the ROP SIB, Alcod ROP, that new one. So there's a service there for visa renewal of renewal of labor card, resident card. So I went there, but prior to going there, I need to do some computer typing online, from which actually from ROP they're manually doing it before, so it would be easy for them, for the policeman to input the details to the computer by going through a computer service which accredited by the government, and which is the name is here Sanad Services. So I need to just present your labor card and then your passport, and then this they would enter the details in the computer that is linked in the ROP site. So that one, after that, they will print another form that they already input all the details from you and from the company, and then you will bring those that paper directly to the ROP, in which the labor card services. So that time, and that moment, actually, I was new in the setup and that new Alcod ROP place. So I went there in the services section. Actually, there are 2 floors from that new Alcod. The first floor would be for the renewal of passport and visa and labor card, and the second floor would be the traffic services in which the registration of new cars, old cars, and so on. So I went down. So actually in the reception they're helping you out where, but due to the protocol like distancing and all, so nobody was there in the information counter but still there's a computer there, like a kiosk, that you would type in which one you want, and you will get a stub number. So I waited. I got a stub number for visa and residency, then got a stub number, then waited for almost like 10 minutes like that. So when I went to the counter, actually in the counter there are four police man in front of the counter with the computers. So on my part, I went to one, and then my number is called, so I went there. Then suddenly the policeman said, you go on your far left side. So I was thinking, why? So I went to the far left side, that other policeman there. So I waited again for almost like 10-15 minutes, because I think two was ahead of me that time. Actually, there's no stop from that guys already. They're just lining up with their documents on hand. So by the time he got my documents and see it and check it in the computer and all, then he said to me, and then he gave it back to me, and he didn't say anything. He just said nothing. So I inquired. I said, do I have to get another number like that? And he said, yes, get another number. So I was thinking, on the same floor, I will get another number. So I got another number. Then I lined up again and waiting for that number. I waited again for 10 to 20 minutes on that same floor. So waited. Then when this guy, the same guy that I was lining up in that computer, so I gave again the number with the documents. And then he's telling me, you should not go from this floor. You get the number from the second floor. I didn't know that one. So I went back to the kiosk and then the brother, maybe the policeman, saw me lining up for the second time. He's the one who went to the kiosk and gave me the number. He said, you go upstairs on the second floor to wait for it in line to apply for your labor card, residency card. So I went there again. I went there eventually to the second floor. Then I waited. I think I was the fourth in line there. So I waited. So same thing. By the time my number was called, so same thing. You need to prepare your ATM card, credit card, because they will charge you for 11 reals for that one. And then the officer just input, and then had your left and right thumb fingerprint digitally, and then have your photo taken. So from that time, after that procedure, you go to the next room, in which there's a sign there, receiving cards. So we just sit, and of course you have to maintain this proper distancing and all, mask and everything. So I just waited there. Then just sit there, then they will call your name. So it took me like only 5 minutes to get that one, and then nothing to sign, just to input your left thumb marked digitally. So kalas. Then I just left. I got my resident card. Then after some time, I was about to go back home, but eventually I was thinking maybe to update my Bank Muscat file or data also, since I got already the renewed labor card. So from that point, I went to the Bank Muscat. So from Bank Muscat, I suddenly they had this requirements given to me. I said, my God, another requirements to fill. So thank God, actually, I got a friend, a friend in the computer shop, from which just WhatsApp the details, and then he will print it. By the time you come from the computer shop, you get the printed document that you requested. So first of all, it says right there, you need this ID copy, passport copy, tenancy agreement, and any bill of your electric and water. So from there on, the only requirement that I missed is the tenancy agreement. That's why I messaged in WhatsApp this office in the flat, in the building, owner. So, but luckily they have the file, maybe because it was easy for them to search. So they just send the document through WhatsApp. Then from WhatsApp, I messaged my friend in the computer shop. So they printed. By the time I went to the computer shop in Alcod Soup, maybe like 20 minutes, 10 minutes drive, and then back again to Bank Muscat branch. The branch that I went to is SKU, from which it's near in my place. Actually, it was I was living before in Alcod Soup, and eventually shifted to Alcod 6, which is near my hospital work. So I went there in Bank Muscat and then fall in line again with all the documents, photocopies. But unluckily, the server was not very slow, so it took more time. Actually, it's just submitting all your papers, verifying it through the Bank Muscat, and then they will just take your fingerprint digitally again, then update your data. So that's it. Actually, he told me that I said, what's the reason why you're updating? Actually, he's telling that because I think VAT is coming in Oman this April. That's why they want to update all their data. And even he asked me about my TIN number in Philippines. I said, what's the relation with that one, since OFW, overseas Filipino workers, are not paying taxes because we're exempted. I said we are heroes in our country. So actually, the remittances that we're sending back home is already proof that we're already paying or helping our country economically. So anyways, so much about that. And eventually I updated it. So in comparison, the ROP Renewal labor card is much faster than the one in the Bank Muscat, because the Bank Muscat, I don't know the system there, because before I remember we're just updating the new labor card through email. They're sending email to us, then just to send the copy to email. But now it's personally you need to update it. But no problems and no worries, also no hassles, since we need to update things also to for a good process or smooth process or transaction when we go to the bank or any services here in Oman. So that's it. That's my day today. Sorry for taking up much of your time, and hope I help anyone that are planning to renew their Oman labor card as well. So have a good day, and always remember to be thankful that we are alive. Bye bye.